Hello everybody, my name is Bulletpath169 and welcome back to Age of Mythology, Part 12. In our last episode, our Cantos, Ajax, and our remaining Greek heroes, Chiron I believe would be the third, emerged out of the underworld and found themselves in Egypt, where they met a new hero, Amonra, who they were immediately put to work to help her uncover the Sword of the Guardian. In today's episode, as we can see, we have Light Sleepers, 12. Let's see, the only way to defeat Kimsit, I think is how that's pronounced, Kimsit's rampaging army is to return the sword to the Guardian. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it.
The Sword of the Guardian, used by Horus to defeat Set once before. Now one of his followers, Kemsit, seeks to take it.
Kemsit? He is your enemy?
He has captured a temple to Osiris near here. There is a Guardian at the temple, but it sleeps. If we return the sword to the Guardian, it will awaken.
It seems the gods have smiled on us.
That's a relative term.
The oasis village near here is loyal to the dark god Set. They enslave other local villagers to mine gold for Kemsit.
Okay, we're gonna leave the sword bearers back here. These men carry the Guardian sword. This relic has been lost for centuries and is the only item that, when brought to the Guardian, will cause him to awaken. Okay.
In wedge. Here refer.
Kill the guards watching over the villagers mining gold.
Tie you. At you.
Best to get them to attack the heroes, because they actually recharge. Okay, anybody else? I see we have a thing up there.
Help us escape our captors!
Here at you. Here at you. At you. Here at you.
Kill him. Good boy.
At you. At you.
Hey, buddy. Oh, a new bite.
At you. Get it. At you.
Oops. Let's go look at that. Heavy spearmen. Egyptian spearmen are fast and cheap and are good against cavalry. They are weak against archers or counter-infantry. In the classical age, the spearman is reasonably effective at defeating counter-archers such as the slinger. It is often beneficial for Egyptians to switch over to Migdal units in the heroic age. Okay. The spear had several advantages as a weapon. Its length could keep enemies at a distance. The point narrowly focused the thrusting power and could penetrate most armor. It was relatively light and inexpensive, being made mostly of wood. Its disadvantage was that once the enemy was past the point, the spearman had little defense. Spears were especially good against horses when used by many men in formation, holding the spear points out. Horses rarely charged into a bank of pointed spears, protecting all in the formation. Yeah. It's like asking if somebody wants to lay on a bed of nails.
Free at last! Please guide us safely home, and we will offer you what help we can.
Okay. So let's do 3. And form these guys up.
In wedge.
Into Girig.
Let's modify that again. Alright.
In
Okay, bring at least 5 villagers safely to their town center. Let's go ahead and bring our sword bearers down also.
Ak. U-E-R. Ak.
Oh, that's a big ol'... Oh, wonder. Okay. What's this? The Ankh of Ra. The gods send you more favor. Pick that up, please.
U-E-R.
Move everybody else up there. Oh, what are these? Mummy. Homo sapien, they're 7+ feet tall, feeds on emotions, especially terror. Yeesh. Heroes prepared for the afterlife were turned into mummies by embalming and special rites. Among their duties in the next life might be the defense of sacred sites if robbers or other evildoers disturbed their rest. Then the mummies would arise and destroy their enemies. What was that I just said? Myth unit. Undead pharaohs that can convert enemy units to minions. Minions. Oh. Converted one of our people. Yeesh.
Curse the gods! Serpents!
Oh, and they're such a threat too. And also, Cantos, I gotta ask, curse the gods? They didn't do anything to you. Yet. Crocodiles. Move you guys up to here. Keep them up. Crowned crane. Get him. Alright. Move these guys the rest of the way up. Let's keep exploring real quick. Temple, some gear there.
Look, our men have returned.
Thank you, strangers. Kemsit forced us from our home, the sacred city of the Guardian. We will join you to defeat him.
Nice, nice. Alright. Let's start off, have you empower.
Bring the sword to the sleeping Guardian before his army reaches it.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's have everybody drop their stuff off. Hate to waste resources. Okay. You go back to farming, 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 farming.
Kemsit's army is returning to the city. Only the neighboring villages stand in his way.
Oh no. Where's my lumber camp now? Okay, down here. Yeah, okay, so we have 8 people on food. This brings our total up to 5.
Kemsit's army has reached the first village.
Oh no. 6. Skin of the rhino. Let's see. Raw improves villager hack and pierce armor and hand attack. Nice. The skin of the rhinoceros is deeply folded or plated and studded with rivet-like tubercles on the shoulders, flanks, and legs that gives it the appearance of being armor-plated. There's some truth to the myth that rhino skin is resistant to projectiles. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we have a... Okay, just that one. Okay. How much do villagers cost? 50. Let's do 6 to start off with. This should bring our total up here.
We can invoke rain from Ra.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. And that increases farm output, I believe. Let's go ahead and add these catapults here. Priests. Let's go ahead and do 5 priests. Where's our thing here? Okay, we got 105.
Finito.
Okay, I do have some houses I can build.
Image erect. Ak. Iorifer. UER. UER.
Okay, and that's all the houses.
Entio. UER.
Mercenary. As an Egyptian, you may employ mercenaries at any of your town centers. They train very quickly, cost only gold, and are good at countering cavalry. Primarily used for town defense because their services can only be bought for a short time, rarely long enough to make the trek into an enemy town. Okay. I can go ahead and advance. Let's go ahead and do the pickaxe and the hand axe.
In which Ak.
You guys do not work very quick, do you?
Finito. Tayo.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's add the priest here, and then they can heal all our folks here. Got another gold mine there, that's nice. Got some Thompson's gazelles. Alright. So,
In which
this
you
is
are
8
here.
of you guys. Let's go
Baya.
ahead and send you
Baya.
to the smaller one. You can go ahead and increase. Okay, do we want, sorry about that guys, do we want Bast or do we want Ptah? I'm going to say probably Ptah, or Bast, excuse me. Goddess of protection and cats, her improvements aid your villagers. Okay, let's go with Bast. I'd rather have the Sphinx than the Wadjet. I remember we ran into the Wadjet before. Go ahead and grab.
Entio.
Greg. You are here.
I just did a dummy. Okay, I've got a spare villager. Let's make her 3 then. This is a temple. Yeah, that's a temple.
Finito.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have you build our
Tayo.
monuments here. We'll build a couple more villagers just to support you.
In which
Okay, so they are sending raiding parties, and we're now in the classical age. Sphinx. A myth unit that turns into a sand vortex to attack. Good against buildings. Nice. They weigh about 600 pounds. Huh. Sphinx was originally a Greek word to strangle that was applied to the pharaoh-headed lion statues that the Greeks saw in Egypt that Herodotus named Androsphinx. The Greek Sphinx was a monstrous brood of Typhon and Echidna, usually depicted as a winged lion with a female head. She sat on a rock near Thebes and asked passerby the now famous question, "What animal is that which in the morning goes on 4 feet, at noon on 2, and in the evening upon 3? Those who could not answer were eaten. Oedipus knew the correct answer, humans, and caused the Sphinx so much consternation that she cast herself from her rock and died. However, the Sphinx as a monster probably predates Greek mythology. Assyrian myths have sphinxes guarding temple entrances. Sphinx-like creatures appear in Phoenician and Persian art as well. The Sphinx called their sphinxes Hu. In addition to the man-headed Androsphinx, they also depicted ram sphinxes that Herodotus named Cryosphinxes and falcon-headed sphinxes named Hiroka Sphinxes. Okay. So, Cryosphinx. Upgrade Sphinxes to Creo Sphinxes with more hit points and attack. The ram-headed Creo Sphinx was the guardian of sacred Egyptian sites. The temple at Karnak was once connected to Luxor in the Nile by the Avenue of the Sphinx, a road flanked by dozens upon dozens of the implacable riddle keepers. And yet the riddle was not to be solved by guesswork, but required the prophet's art, wherein thou wast found lacking. Neither birds nor sign from heaven helped thee, but I came, the simple Oedipus. I stopped her mouth by mother wit, untaught of auguries. Oedipus from Oedipus Rex. Okay. Interesting that Oedipus made his way into this game. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh. I'm sitting there going, where's my,
You need to.
where's my...
Gereg. U-E-R.
That, I'm not gonna lie. I heard that sound. It did not make me think of Egyptians at all.
Rig.
Am I losing my mark?
EU refer.
I could be. Monument to priests.
EU refer.
Monument to villagers. Okay. Each monument provides a continual stream of favor. Players can build all 5 monuments to obtain a maximum income favor. Ancient Egyptian was a wealthy civilization largely isolated from external enemies, and this allowed a lavish expenditure for monuments and other edifices that glorified gods and pharaohs. For several thousand years, major construction projects were underway almost continually for the glorification of some god or ruler. The Nile Valley today is dotted with monuments of all sizes. The most famous of these are the pyramids, the ultimate tombs, and the Sphinx. Yeah? This is true. Okay, so once you guys have that, I can go ahead and build the armory.
U-E-R.
And the barracks.
Tayu. Ak.
Oops, wrong button.
Tayu. Ak. Ak.
We got masons. Let's go ahead and hit that. Sacred cats. Bast cat protect farms from vermin, making them produce food faster. Bubastis was the center of worship for Bast, the cat-headed Egyptian goddess of fertility. Initially, her worship included the cats that inhabited her temples, but eventually extended to all cats. Cat worship was pragmatic for the Egyptians, for the cats protected their grain stores and homes from vermin and venomous creatures. Killing a cat was considered murder. A Roman living in Alexandria discovered this when he accidentally killed a cat, and was subsequently pulled from his home into the street and lynched by an angry mob of Egyptians. Ooh. I think the term for that would be, boy, that escalated quickly. Ooh, Hiroka Sphinx. Instead of a human head, the Hiroka Sphinx has the fierce head of a hawk. A nasty disposition and a razor-sharp beak, all the better to eviscerate those who cannot answer its riddles. It's a much more aggressive and pitiless Sphinx than its more peaceable cousins, the Creo Sphinx and Andro Sphinx. Say, Sarah, hast thou ever proven thyself a prophet when the riddling Sphinx was here? Why hadst thou no deliverance for this folk? Oedipus from Oedipus Rex again. Okay. We got our next thing there. Next monument. Let's add that to the queue. Dang it. Oh. Okay. These guys build a lot slower. What else do we have here? Hence, train an army strong enough to escort the sword bearers while you break into the city. The large winged Isis monuments block the use of god powers near them. Destroy these monuments if you wish to use god powers in these areas. Okay. Spotlight is on the pharaoh. You know what? I can do that, can't I? Let's have him empower the building like it said, and that way I can finish faster. Ah, that does make a difference. I like it. Alright, what do we got? We got copper weapons, copper mail, and copper shields. That's all good. Let's also do the purse scene. That way you can gather fish faster. And we'll do a couple of ships here. Since I see at least 2 other things of fish, let's get the fish. Oh, you. Oh, we can go ahead and improve our spearmen. Axemen. What's our axemen good for? They are counter infantry. Okay. The two-handed piercing axe was especially useful as a weapon against heavily armored opponents because the axe could penetrate almost any armor. The axe was difficult to use, however, because it was unwieldy, required space to enable a swing, and was relatively slow in use, and left the axemen exposed during the swing. Opponents slowed by heavy armor and shields had less opportunity to take advantage of these handicaps. Okay. And of course, we've already seen slingers. Not sure it made it into the episode, but that's a different story. Okay, so we need a boatload more food. So let's go ahead and worship at the, or power that. You. Fish and fish. Okay. And I can advance again. I'll have to advance again, probably. Okay, what do we have as far as our army here goes? So we have need of a slinger. And we'll do... Eventually we'll do 5 of each. Because these guys are expensive. Takes 2 of each. Yeah.
In which?
Got idle civilians. We can go ahead and build the last monument. Okay.
In which?
Add you.
Are you refer?
Out of curiosity. Can I go ahead and start working on whatever fortifications they have? That would be very helpful. Yep. Okay, so we can go ahead and knock down the gates. Get him. What is this thing? Avenger. Because the Avenger is so deadly, it's about 9 feet tall. It's so deadly fighting hand to hand, it's best to combat him with ranged units. In combat, the Avenger periodically attacks as a whirlwind, damaging all enemy units around him. Horus was the child of Osiris and Isis, who upon reaching adulthood was known as Per-Nejiv-Tefef, Horus, avenger of his father, whose role it was to seek vengeance and cast out the evils of Set. Behold, the fire ariseth in Abydos, and I cause it to come. The eye of Horus is set in order upon thy brow, O Osiris Kinti Amenti. It is set in the shrine and rises on thy brow. The pyramid text. Whoa, dude, come on. Stop.
You I air.
Before you end up getting yourself killed, my dude. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but come on. Okay, now you can go work over there. Let's go ahead and advance. Ooh, okay. Sekhmet or Hathor. Jesuchos. I already have. We will do Hathor. Okay.
Rig.
Oh, we have idle
You need
people. Okay. Well, why don't you go
Ro
ahead and just cut
Iatawit.
down trees then, bud. And then... Actually, let's go ahead. What's that? Oops. Okay, so... What is this? Ads of Wepwawet. Okay. Wepwawet's sacred ads allows your laborers to fell a tree in a single blow, although they must still gather the wood from the fallen trunk. Wepwawet was a minor Egyptian god of the funerary cult. He used his adze, a precursor of the plane tool, to break open the mouth of the deceased in the opening of the mouth ceremony. Egyptians depicted him as a jackal, though later Greeks associated him with wolves and named his sacred town of Zoti Lycopolis. There we go. Oh, how to tell it's early in the morning, guys. Alright, let's go ahead and do bowsaw and shaft mine. Let's increase get our economy moving, I guess would be the best way to put that. We got crab tons. These guys take food. Okay, food. Go ahead and do bronze shields. Sun-dried mud brick. Plentiful and easy to work, strong and an excellent barrier to heat, sun-dried mud brick was one of the most common construction materials in ancient Egypt. Straw and other debris added to the bricks gave them better tensile strength. Plaster, woven straw coverings, and stone foundations often protected mud brick walls from the elements. Stone was used preferentially for monuments and tombs because it would better survive the elements without such protections, lending a material immortality to the intended spiritual immortality of the nobles and notables buried therein. Okay. And Medjay. For the Medjay, Nubian nomads long service along the military forces of Egypt became service as a police force in parts of Thebes. Around 200 BC, they protected the construction of the royal necropolis at Deir el-Medina, where they ensured that the workers were kept safe, and they even pitched in to help in the construction itself. Eventually, the Medjay people and their culture were totally absorbed by Egypt. But I have no use for that, so we will not be getting it. Nada. I do think we can find a use for that, though. And that. I'm done researching the next one here.
Kemsit's army is pillaging the second village.
Yeah, they usually do that, buddy. No need to be so dramatic about it.
Rig.
Migdal Stronghold and Siege Works.
EU refer.
Migdal Stronghold looks like it would be a fortress. What kind of army? Whoa, buddy. elephants and scorpion dudes. Okay. We can go ahead and do that. Once we get back up to 250 gold. Okay. Boom.
In wedge.
And I need 340 now.
There.
What can I build here? Oh, we can do draft horses to increase siege weapon speed. That's always nice.
Enito.
Oh. Pet Suchos. Okay, 400 pounds, 24 feet long. Diets on sunlight. A bejeweled crocodile that fires a focused ray of sunlight. Interesting. The Petsuchos is a magic crocodile that can focus the beams of sunlight into deadly searing rays. Like many ranged units, the Petsuchos is weak when fighting at close range, but its beams fire with perfect accuracy at distance. Petsuchos is the Greek rendering of an Egyptian word meaning he who belongs to Suchos. The crocodile god, also known as Sobek, the Petsuchos was the sacred crocodile of Suchos kept in a private lake in the city of Crocodopolis. He was an old, pampered beast who wore golden rings in his ears and riveted bracelets on his forelegs. Okay. Crocodopolis. The crocodile god known as Suchos or Sobek was said to aid fertility. The Greeks named his oasis of Fayum near Lake Quarren, the Crocodopolis or city of the crocodile, where it was kept a sacred crocodile in his own private lake. Okay. That only costs favor and wood, so I'll call that a win. Okay. Good there. Good there. Good there. Okay, let's increase our usefulness here now. So I'm giving the timer here, and that way I'm keeping track of the thing. Okay. Heavy spearman. Heavy X-Men. So unlike the Greeks who increase by type, these guys have to upgrade individually. Which is kind of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. Okay, there's no more advancing. That's good.
Enito. Are you refer?
I wonder how much progress we can make with what we have here. The Suchos use gold. They use food. Okay.
Greek. Are you refer?
Oh, you know what? You. Drop that off. Go ahead and take out that building.
Greek.
You think you're sneaky? You are not sneaky.
Are you refer?
Oh, dang it. Every time I try to go. Note to self, don't build a new bites.
Are you
Oh, kill the prophet. Or kill the pharaoh. Now kill everything else. Oh, there goes my thing there. Okay.
We'll need a strong force to escort the sword bearers to the
A
Guardian.
hero has fallen.
Put the McDowell stronghold there. And then go back to gold.
Enito. Enito.
Okay.
Enito.
Who died
Enito.
precisely?
UIR.
Amandra.
UIR.
Okay. Let's move these on down here
Are you
then.
refer?
Okay, what we got left? We need 2 slingers, 5 axemen, 5 spearmen.
Enito. Greek.
We also need 3 priests. Alright, so it looks like we're getting close to the point we can actually attack and have a decent chance. Let's come up this way.
UIR.
See if we can't destroy at least some of these buildings that they're creating units out of.
Are you refer? Are you refer? Tayo.
Get that
UIR.
priest.
UIR. UIR.
You guys go for that.
Greek.
Go ahead and destroy that. Oh, how the turn has tabled. You guys, get up here and support your buddies. Please. You guys, go ahead and take this down.
Enito. Enito.
Okay, let's first of all kill these guys. Kill him, him. They've entered the last village there.
Kemsit's army has entered the 3rd village.
Greek.
Oh, kill that thing.
UIR.
I just see you move, my dude. Die, my dude.
Are you refer?
Bye-bye.
Are you refer?
Alrighty. Sword bearer can move on up. Yep. Okay. so you guys can all move it down here. Which way are you guys going to try to come up? Oh, where are we under attack? So we got something up here? The Pharaoh has reached. I did see you move. The sleeping guardian. It is written, while he sleeps, he waits. The guardian will awaken once a great relic is returned to him. A sword, stolen and buried hundreds of years ago in the vast Egyptian desert. The guardian will serve whomever returns his prized possession. Eesh. It's a little ambiguous.
UIR.
Protect the sword bearers.
I am protecting the sword bearers, you turd. Okay, now you go up. Follow them up. Staying out of the way would always be nice.
Kemsit's main army will return soon.
UIR.
The Guardian awakes.
Ta-da! Use the Guardian to destroy Kemsit's army. Aye aye, Captain Crunch. Just go ahead and add you to this guy. Jeez, alright. Whoa, trying to read what that is. Scorpion Man. Scorpions understandably had a large influence on Egyptian mythology. Ra's daughter Selkat was associated with the scorpion, which graced her crown. In order to make her son Horus strong, Isis exposed him to scorpion stings in the desert. Scorpions were also associated with Set, along with other wicked animals of the desert. There was indeed even a king scorpion, a pre-dynastic ruler known only from a few surviving artifacts such as the scorpion mace. It is unclear whether the ruler's name or title were scorpion, but the kingly figure on the mace is labeled as SQRT, along with hieroglyphics of a clearly drawn scorpion sign. So scorpion sign with SQRT. SPQR was Roman. So that's interesting. Dang, you ain't messing around, my dude. Why do we gotta do this to elephants, man? They don't deserve this. That just ain't nice. Elephants are too cute. War elephant, okay? Hang on. Generals of ancient times, tracing back at least to Hannibal, were intrigued by the use of elephants in battle. The size and strength of the beasts were enough to shake any troops, but especially those who had never seen the animal before. In practice, elephants may have been more for show than effectiveness. Wounded elephants were difficult to control, and likely to disrupt friends as much as foes. They were used as platforms for commanders and archers and were ideal for breaking into dense enemy formations if they could be coaxed to do so. While the Indians first introduced elephants to the Mediterranean, the Ptolemies of Egypt were the first to use the larger African elephants in warfare. Classical texts are very clear that the generals knew to counter war elephants with pigs. Oh, there's a good army you got there, buddy. Good job. Alright. And I guess that's where we're going to leave off. So thank you once again, guys, for joining me for part 12. I believe, yes, part 12 of Age of Mythology. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're of the mind. But other than that, guys, thank you once again for joining me for today's episode. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.